Hi everybody, another day, another unboxing. I don't think this counts as another unboxing because I have already opened everything. I was thinking I'm going to show you what you need to change the head unit in a C4 Corvette. And the car that I'm doing this is a 1996 model, and if I understand, from 91, maybe 92, when you get the LT1 engine. And then it's the same also with the stereo. 91 and older is different. And my plan was, or is, to change everything in the hi-fi, in the whole stereo in the car. Head unit, install a new amplifier and 4 new speakers. But the only guy that wants to help me with this doesn't have time until after Easter, and that car is now my daily driver. For like a month ago, I've just decided to just drive that car, and at the moment I have no stereo at all because I took the Bose stereo with CD out from the 96 and put it in my 95, so I have no stereo at all in my 96, in my black Corvette. So my plan was used to put in a new head unit, but the problem is the original stereo, original head unit in a 96 Corvette or the later model Corvette is that the head unit that you have with the controls is just a panel, and then you have the amplifier and everything behind the small hatch behind the passenger seat. And if you have the Bose stereo, which most of the cars have, every speaker has an amplifier, so you can't just replace it because Bose, it was the same with my 350 set. Bose does this own thing with their speakers and amplifiers, yada yada yada. So this is what you need to just exchange the head unit in a C4 Corvette and still use the Bose amplifier and Bose speakers. Everything I have here is bought from BRL in Sweden. I started off with the head unit. I was looking around between a couple of different models. The main thing I'm after is Bluetooth connection, Apple CarPlay, and of course hands-free with microphone. And what made me chose this one called GVC KWM 745 DBT. DBT stands for DAB radio. I don't know what it is. I don't use it. But the thing with this one is that it's a lot smaller than your average head unit because it doesn't take CDs. As you can see, usually they're like this, and I never play CDs, so I don't care at all. So this is just good for me. I've read on the forums that if you put your standard head units that take CDs, you have to cut something in the rear, something plastic, to cut it off from the car. But with this, I don't have to do that. So this is my head unit. Then the main problem is, oh wait, I will take this one first. To make the head unit look straight, install, look good, you have to have this kit from Metra. It's called, I'm gonna type it in the description, but it's called Metra 99-3051. And this kit fits the older models that have 1.5 DIN. So this kit is so you can have a standard 1 DIN, and then you have an extra compartment. But if you put in a double DIN that I will do, you don't need this. The only thing you need is these brackets on the side, so you can angle the head unit. So it's a very expensive kit. Here in Sweden, I think it was $90 something, $95, maybe $100 for these 2 plastic things. And then we have this very long cable, also from Metra. It's called the Metra 70-1857. And this is, so you connect to the head unit, and then the other end you plug into your Bose amplifier, or what is the EDC, the head control unit, but I will just call it the amplifier. The problem is, which I realized directly in what says on the forums, is a Corvette needs maybe 2 meters of cable maximum, and then with those 2 meters you can hide it wherever you want in the car. But this cable fits a bunch of cars, Cadillacs and a bunch of cars, so it's very long. I think it's like 5 meters or even more. So I don't know where I'm gonna hide all this cable. My plan right now, because I see this as a temporary solution, is to just hide the cable behind the passenger seat. Very ugly, but hey. So this is what you must have if you want to change your head unit in your C4 Corvette and still use the Bose speakers. The Bose speakers are actually good. A lot of bass in them. It's just that I want to make my 96 Corvette as modern as possible in every way. Brakes, tires, chassis, and of course the entertainment. So yeah, that's it, I think. If you have any questions, just ask me. I will write the article numbers of everything in the description. I'm probably gonna link to my post about this also. And yeah, that's it. As I said, the earlier models that doesn't have the LT1 engine, they have their head unit under the passenger by the feet of the passenger's side, and the later models in the rear. I'm gonna try to film when I install it, but I'm probably not gonna do that today because my back is killing me. That's why I don't install the complete stereo myself, because it's kind of easy actually, and just take out the old stuff and put in the new stuff with cables. That's it. But I can't lay on the floor in my car and install speakers, so that's why this is a very expensive and temporary solution. So yeah, Metra stereo frame installation, whatever, kit, mount, a bunch of names, the Metra cable, and a head unit of your choice. I chose, as I said, the smaller model. So this should be the easiest solution for changing the head units in a later model Corvette C4. So yeah, ask me, hit me up, comment, like, please subscribe. You guys that are new here, I mostly post unboxing of sneakers, but I try to do a little bit more about my cars, etc. If you want to know more about the head unit, check the link in the description for the blog post, because I don't know what else there is to say about it. It has everything that I need. Phone connection. I can connect a rear view camera. I think I'm gonna do that. And yeah, this is, yeah, a bunch of people like it. I got a 5 stars out of 5 stars about everywhere. So it's supposed to be a good stereo. Thanks to BRL for helping me finding out what I need. And yeah, thanks. Hope you like it. I can do a close-up. I forgot to do that. So these are the 2 parts sitting on the sides, sort of like this. And this is the very long Metra cable. This plugs into the Bose amplifier. These connects to this and then in there. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so here's a small update. I'm thinking I might as well continue showing what you need to do when you install your stereo in your Corvette C4. So not just an unboxing video. I connected the ISO-Kontakt with the Metra cable, and I asked on the forum what I should use the orange one for, and the result of that was that everybody hates that I use these contacts, and I think that I should just throw the stereo away because of this. So that's why I don't hang around forums anymore. But the orange one is for illumination light. You don't need to use it, but if you want to use it, there is a cable coming from your Corvette that is orange and gray, or just orange. You're supposed to connect this there. And the Metra kit that helps you to center the stereo, I'm not sure how it's supposed to sit. The holes don't add up at all, and even if I make one of the holes to add up, the screws that came with the kit are way too short, and they don't grip at all. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow and buy those heat shrinking rubber socks that you put over your contacts, or just electric tape. So I'm gonna get back to you tomorrow. Alright, so to keep everybody happy, I did the heat shrinking sock, or whatever you call it in English, on the cables. So that should be good enough. Maybe I chose a size too big, but yeah, that will do. And now I'm gonna install this and hide all this cable. I have a small problem with the Metra installing kit. I think that you're supposed to install them right on a stereo without the socket, but I like to use the socket because it makes it so much easier to pull out the stereo when you need to. So I'll put the screws on the inside, and the best way is to install this when you are in the car, so you can adjust it. But meanwhile, I just put one screw in so I can adjust it like this. So let's see how it goes. So it seems like with the sleeve on, the stereo is too wide. It will not fit, and these screws are too long. So I'm gonna try without the sleeve. I think the problem is there, because it really won't fit. It's too wide, and I hope it's just because of the sleeve. So I'm gonna try without it and mount Metra things directly on the stereo. Don't do the same stupid thing that I did. I tried to fit the Metra installing kit just by hand, and it took me over 2.5 hours. So get your original stereo. Of course, you probably have it in the car when you start doing this. I did not, and just go by the original brackets. Okay, that didn't help actually to go after this original stereo. The tilting is right, but they're still missing a couple of millimeters for it to be really flush. Yeah, more than a millimeter. But it's now about 4 in the morning, and I just don't have the energy to fiddle with this anymore. I've spent almost 3 hours just getting this to fit straight to the dash, but this will do. As I assumed, is big trouble hiding all that cable. I laid it under here, and I don't think I can use this anymore. Then under here, that works pretty fine. The lid there is something wrong with the lid now. And then all the cable back there. So yeah, you need about 2 meters of cable maximum. So there is a minimum 3 meters is laying there. Otherwise, I'm good to go. Okay, I've learned something important. After connecting everything and installing everything, I realized that I had no sound out in the speakers. And the only thing that I did after trying it before installing it was to remove the electric antenna, because I think it's really ugly to drive with the electric antenna up. But let's see here. Antenna going up, sound coming in the speakers. Removing the antenna, no sound in the speakers. So sorry, I can't remove the antenna. Now everything works, and there is a hissing sound. I don't know what the correct word is. And I read that you can install a resistant in the stereo, so you will get rid of this. And I've also read that this noise can enhance when you drive the car. The more you rev it, the more this sound comes. Usually on other cars you just need to ground a cable, but this is a glass fiber car. There is not much to ground. But now everything works. This will probably be a very long video, and I hope it will be in use for some of you. Let me see if we can hear that sound. So yeah, that's it. And don't forget to I always forget to put this in the right place, or I always forget something. I've removed this panel at least 20 times now, and I always forget something. I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Comment if you want to know anything about this installation. Thanks. Alright, just as I was afraid of, I'm not quite done yet. I really don't have the energy to continue, but I got that whining sound that some get and some doesn't have this problem. The more I rev the engine, the higher the whining gets. I don't know if you can hear it, but since I have tinnitus, this problem is gonna get really irritating. I tried to drown it out with music, but that just ain't good enough. This sound is so annoying. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try to get that resistant. I don't know if it's available to get anymore. It probably should be available still. Really irritating. I thought I finally was done with this, but I can't have this whining sound. In a standard car, you just ground it. This problem is kind of common. So with a standard car, you just ground it usually. But since this is a glass fiber car, there isn't too much to ground. So this resistant is a solution. So there is other guys having this problem, and they have solved it with this resistance. So I'll probably have to get one myself, because I really can't do with this whining sound. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I wanted to exchange all the speakers, because the Bose speakers are really good. There is a lot more bass than you would think. And yeah, the speakers are 22 years old, but still very good. So yeah, this is it for now, at least. I really hope you liked the video. I hope you get some use of it. So yeah, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still not done. What you need is 2 of these PAC SNI -1 noise isolators. One of these on each RCA cable, and then ground it, and that will get rid of the noise, the whining noise. So yeah, I guess I have to order 2 of these.